Hey, everybody. Here we are once again. This time I am on a Wednesday because Tuesday I was really tired. I was way more tired than I normally am. There we go. Got the YouTube up and running. So anyway, what I'm doing right now, and I know this is kind of a whoops, Badger came out of nowhere. But there have been some ideas I was wanting to test out because we're in between builds, and I'm just gonna do a bit of testing. We're going to test out a few ideas and see if I can't make something that will work and work very effectively. But first off, let's zip on out here a little bit because I need a platform, so to speak. I was going to say something about it, but gee, it just nothing worked yesterday. Nothing worked out today. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. How far away am I from that? Let's go a little bit further out here. And what we're going to do, Renegade Bundy, hello, hey man, how you doing? I managed to get all the videos done for this week. I'm fixing to get them all loaded in as soon as I get an opportunity to do that. We're going to pull this out about as far as I possibly can because I am wanting to test a general idea that I've had. It's not going to be an easy one either. We're going to test a few things. Just test a few things for a little bit. So, what concepts you got in mind, and would you like a second head to make concepts? The idea that I'm coming up with is a concept I like to call the best damn fighter I can possibly come up with. And it involves coming up with a few dealing with systems. US does this a lot, where we will pick weapon systems and they try to master. That's how a lot of people ask the question: how does the US master uh, how do we win wars and stuff like that? It's mostly because the US will just master a concept, a weapon with okay. Let's just transfer all of this to Space Pirates. And let's see. Are they going to shoot at me? Yep, there we are. That's doing what it's supposed to do. Hey, yo, now, what is it? Oh, that's what it was firing at. Okay, so the artillery gun will work. So the idea here is I'm going to test out. We're going to grab a Gladius here, and we're going to throw. There goes another dadgum missile. Is it going to go hit that? I don't need that blown up. I just need it to be left alone. All the old missiles I had sitting out here, I just decided to go pick a fight with that thing. Now, the kicker here is I'm trying to make something that can beat the turret system, and there is a way of doing this. There's a nifty little trick to doing this. Is that a dead missile? Ah, yes it is. Okay, I don't have to worry about things flying off there and getting. So, if some of y'all know what I'm talking about, you can take two decoy blocks and have them rotate on an end, and as they rotate, they'll f up the telemetry of something. Arxion Sup Badger, what are you cooking right now? Renegade Bundy's making a fighter concept. So, okay, you're gonna try and armor up areas that have hit equal no more fighter. No, no. There's a concept where you take. me just grab the Gladius here because it'll be the best test bed for this. I'll pull up the old Gladius up here, and we'll make a few simple modifications. Now, the modification first off that I want to try, we're going to delete this frontal section here. Because what I want to do, that's where the main camera is at. We're going to remove that for a second because what I'm going to try and do is there is a way I'll set that right there. There's a projector block. Let's grab a decoy block because I want to see if there's a way. No, what I do? Actually, I'm clicking buttons and I'm not supposed to. What I want to do is see and this is something that a lot of people have looked at and messed around with. I want to see, and we're going to, oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Let's pop him back in. And then let's fly over here and we'll put a spare that I can modify right here. And then we're going to strap a decoy to it. Now, under normal circumstances, the way this works, let's do this small first and see how that works. Now then we'll hop inside here and the rotor that I'm screwing with at the moment. Now I need this up front. And that rotor's not working. This must be the one I need. There we go. Now what I want to see is what happens when I turn my system on. Actually, yeah, let's head on out here. And the target I'm after should be out here. So the concept here is we're going to see if we can F up a turret's telemetry or lock-on capability. If I can screw with it, if I can remember where I put the darn thing. Ah, frick. I seem to have lost it. Should start shooting at me here in a minute. Oh, come on, I put it out this way. Should have a target lock or something here in a minute. Don't tell me I lost the darn thing. I set that thing over to pirates, and the daggum pirates must have come along and stole it. That's not funny. Come now, where are you? So the idea is to make a spinning decoy system. Did I see it? Thought I saw a pop off over there. Game didn't delete it, did it? Well, it must be here somewhere. I'm far enough away. I should have run into it. Anyway, the concept here is I want to see if I can create something that can screw up turret telemetry but still look good. And one of the ways that this can be done is to have something spin. I have a target. Yeah, I know. Renegade Bundy was sitting there like, yeah, you get a target. I know I had a target, but for some reason I can't find the turrets that I was using because that's what I'm trying to mess with. I'm trying to screw with the turrets. And for the life of me, I forgot to make a big giant platform out here that I could shoot, that I could run into that try and shoot at me. Because that's what I'm testing. I'm trying to see if I can get the system to shoot. And who knows, this stupid thing may actually be working and the system just isn't targeting me at the moment. There's something, but I don't think, oh wait, there it is. Is that it? Yes, it is. That must be it. No, it's probably not. It should be red. Let's zip on in here and see what it is. That isn't it. That's that missile, I think. Yeah, there's that one missile. So I passed it. Okay, it should be here somewhere. Come on. Where'd you go? All right, it's off this way, I bet. Let's just keep going. We're bound to get a target lock on something. If it's here anywhere. And like I said, it may be that this thing is doing its job right now, and it's actually working a lot better than I hoped it would. Now, the kicker here is there is a way to take a decoy block on your ship. This has been done before, and people have kind of messed around with it. Put a decoy block on the front on a rotor, and the constant rotation of the block makes it next to impossible for something to target lock it. Well, it looks like we're building another platform. There's a target. Let's see what that is. See, here's the thing. I pulled off pretty far off away from whatever it was I was planning on shooting at. Let's see. Went there. That I guarantee is not it. Because I went way further than that. I see where that is. I just don't know where the stupid platform is I built. Let's just fly over here to a nearby asteroid. Watch me fly over to it, and then I'm going to get shot at. But the idea is we're going to build a ship or build a system that should jack up radar or jack up the shooting telemetry of it. Yeah, Dog has an idea of what I'm coming up with. I think other people might have an idea too. Let me just stop here for a minute and check so I can read through because there's a whole bunch of comments just came flooding in. When you make frontal fins with decoy blocks inside the ends of them, you can further throw off the turret's aim. Yes, Dog Soldier, evening. Renegade Bundy, hello, you passed it. I don't think I did because it shouldn't be green, it should be red because I have it set to pirates. So essentially doing electronic warfare. Yeah. Hit a target lock, you ignored it. I flew past it, it didn't shoot at me. It should have shot. I don't think this system here will work. I don't think this small. If this small actually works, holy crap. That's going to be impressive. EMC decoys are better at the horizontal furthest forward leading edges. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. Most effective is to have decoys rotate around the grid rather than spin on top of it. So yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to see if I can build a radome looking dish thing that will target lock, will screw with telemetry. I suppose would be the best thing to say. So when the system tries to target lock it, the craft as it comes in. This will be the first thing it grabs onto is this. So I want to see how wide I'd have to get it to make it effective, because eventually it would get effective, I think. I really haven't messed with this idea too much. This time, however, I'm going to put a giant antenna on it so it can broadcast and tell me. Actually, I'm just going to put it on this ice asteroid and see what it does. But the idea is I want to see what's effective, and then I want to see if I can find a way to make it look good. So we'll put us a little bitty target thing right up here on top of this asteroid. And we're going to fly in here. I'm going to make it bright red so we can freaking see it. There we go, bright red. And let's go ahead here so we can see our little target zone here. We'll do that now. Let's go ahead and strap us a battery on here. Just one. Should only need one. And then we're going to strap on a couple of turrets just to see what all we can juke. Because if I can do this the way I think it'll, if the way I'm hoping it'll work at least. These guys. Gatling gun there. Gatling gun there. So we're probably going to get smoked rather quickly. Yowza. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we are not happy. Okay. Now we get to see if this thing works or not. This is going to make interesting. Now, most of the time, if you do it vertically, that has a serious effect. The idea here is I want to try and make some type of low profile radome that looks good, but at the same time functionally jacks up the system. From there, I could build something around it. All right, while I'm here, let's go ahead and just B. There we go. There. So now we got one of those, and we got our test dummy over here. All right. Let's see if I can do a combat run on that. I don't know if we need that or not. Let's see what happens. Probably gonna get shot all to hell. I just want to see, can I fly over the thing and over the top without getting shot too much? We're gonna be in range here in a minute. Well, we're in range. Yep, they can hit that. Hits that no problem. Okay. So I can hit that no problem. And that was just one block's difference. Let's see if we can run. Yeah, no, I'm probably going to get blowed up. We're just going to rush this way because And the ship isn't really that important. We've got another one over here that can work. And the idea is maybe I can get a radome system work. Now, we know that the system will target it. I do like the idea. So Bundy brings up a really good question here. This is an interesting concept. Why not just do decoy missiles? Because, and decoy missiles are cool. I would really like to use those for something a little bit bigger, like a larger ship. Because with this, yes, I could carry a decoy missile and at least maybe another missile on this ship, maybe two missiles. The problem I'm running into is if I do that, okay, let's try this a second time. If I do that, I might have to turn that off. Let's just add a that was not what I grabbed. How did that happen? All right, toggle block on and off. Okay, and 2. So the reason why I don't want to do that is, and I may eventually do that if this does not work the way I want it to work. That's not a decoy. That's not a decoy. Is that a decoy? That's not a decoy. Where the fuck is my decoy? That's a warhead. Did I grab the wrong thing? There's a projector. Yeah, I grabbed the wrong thing. It didn't detonate because I just didn't put the darn thing on. Let's see what happens now. Well, we know it can target a single. So let's go up 2 blocks wide. This will make them go faster. Oh, that is interesting. There's a bit of destabilization that happens when that starts spinning sideways like that. Let's see if the system can even target it. Yep, they can take that out easily. Oh, this might be fun. We're also getting a pretty good idea of how much damage this ship can take. I think I took a hit from a primary weapon system over there. I might have taken a hit from the assault cannons. But yeah, the idea of putting in a drone that can, or a missile, that when we go in would buzz it. Oh, there goes a piece of my ship right there. Having trouble stopping. I think some of my thrusters are dead. Yeah, one of my thrusters is dead. Let's spin this bad boy around here. Okay. Let's just spin it around. Let's spin it around. There we go. Okay. All right, we'll keep using this ship till it gets annihilated, which is holding up pretty good. The rotor is still there. Let's try a little bit wider. Now, one of the things about this is every time we go wider with this, we're going to increase the speed that the decoys are moving at, which is useful. I'm not going to lie. Now, I'm trying to do this horizontally. Because I don't want to do this vertically, if you understand what I'm saying. There's our little X spot right there. And let's see if when we fly in here, because as soon as we pop in, man, they just start lighting our butts up. Come on, come on. I should have a target lock. I don't have a target lock. That goes right for it. Oh, yeah, I don't know what hit him. See if we can get out of here without getting shot all to heck. The ship can take a little bit of punishment. Well, we're F now. I think we're pulling power off the missiles at the moment. We're screwed. All right, we'll delete this. All right, let's head back over here. I don't know if sideways this will work, where it's sitting flat, because one thing is the decoy is going to be at a certain position every time. Like I said, we're testing new concepts out. We're trying to see if something will work here. But right now, we're reaching a point where this is getting jokingly huge. All right, let's pull ourselves into telemetry here and see what happens. Or just get ourselves into a position where it'll work. Just gonna float on in here. Let me see. Decoy torpedoes are better than shipborne ECM, by the way, because it creates weapon fire spacing. Yeah, I understand that. Like I said, the main problem I'm running into at the moment is I'd like to see if there's a way to do this with a ship. So far, it doesn't seem to be working, or if it is going to work, it looks like it's going to have to be jokingly huge in order to make it happen. Well, it is all over the place. We're getting somewhere with size. That was a lot more effective. This is, like I said, this is where I'm running into the issue, because now we're reaching points where it's going to be jokingly huge just to build something like this. And it still hit the decoy, disabled it, so I don't know if it's going to work like this or not. You can also see we got a little bit of wobble inside the vessel as we're going along. And we're missing some thrusters. Wonderful. And flip and burn. Two. Let's see here. This may not work. All right, let's see. How far do I have to take this one? Take that at least 3. And then we'll shove a few more in. Like I said, we're just testing stuff. It's not a, oh my god, this is going to be something we're going to do from now on. We're just testing to see if we can even get this to work. It may never work. Okay, there's our guys. Where is the area where that signal is at? Turn this bad boy on. It's going to spin a little bit better this time. Now the kicker would be putting some type of dome system on there, or building some type of radome. That'll F up the system enough to where we can actually get by without getting shot up. Let me try this here. That was actually a little more effective. We actually managed to get by with very minimal. It actually lasted pretty long that time. So let's see, because I think I can make something that is not looking like a joke. That actually looks really good. We'll have to see. It's like right now, we're getting tagged way, yeah, like that. We just got tagged way better than that. Okay, ship is effed. Let's just do that right there. We're gonna float on into the other deal, but it did work better that time. It worked much better. So let's see, how wide did I get that? How wide did I get that? Let's add a few more here. Let's see. We did 3. Did 3, I think, from there. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go 4. 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, that might cause some issues here. Let's just let's see what this is gonna look like. Okay, where is it? Rotor and velocity. Oh, that is gonna come real close. if it doesn't hit it already. All right, let's put that here. Toggle block on off, and let's toggle that off. Okay. So one of the things I can do also is I can up armor the area where the rotor is at. We'll let that spin down, and I'll read through some stuff here. Probably call the decoy missile the blowfly. It makes a lot of noise and is annoying, but overall harmless. Try an offset rotor decoy, offset rotating decoy block. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Offset. At the moment, it's just aiming at the center point between the two decoy blocks. Well, technically, it's trying to spin at it. They're just not far enough apart to mess with it. Which at this point in time is no better than having no decoy blocks. Yeah, that is true. Uh, which is why to draw the fire of heat-seeking missiles, we have flares, and for radar lock missiles, we have chaff. Or better yet, we add a mod that makes it so you have to have detection systems on a ship to be able to shoot accurately at it further distance than 1 kilometer. About like the drop ship tabletop game, or drop fleet, I think is what it's called. Okay, we're gonna try one more. We're gonna try this again because we can't give up on a concept. There's got to be a way to do this, and then I just got to figure out a way to make it look good. So put that there. And I am going to remove that so we don't run into any issues. Let's turn this on here. We're hitting something. Let's turn that off there. I may have to delete something. Let me hop out here and take a look. Ow. All right, let's rip that off. Still doing it. All right, let's fly in. Let's turn on the engines. All right, let's see how this works. This is getting large enough. I'm worrying that it's not going to work good. If this has a significant impact on the ship's survivability, then there might be a case for this as we fly over. We got one decoy, but we are surviving better. That did a lot better. See, it's still trying to hit that. I don't think it's trying to hit the center. I think it is flying in all directions trying to hit it. The kicker here is, in order to make this work, I'm trying to think of how we can make this actually work better. This is going to produce a very interesting problem because at the width I'm going to need this to be. Wait, where's my other? I just jump in this thing and not give it a second unit? Apparently not. Apparently not. Okay, let's back ourselves up here. Okay. This is the stupid part about trying to run something like this because I'm going to need this to be a lot further out. Okay, we'll do that. Then, see, the one problem is, in order for the system to work, the decoys have to be picked up by this before anything else is detected. That's why this would kind of work. All right. We did 4 that last time. Let's do 5. Get all that going. Let's go ahead and add our decoys. Here's my idea. The plan here is, how do we make something that works? And that's going to be the fun part. Let's go in here and grab this. We're going to push this out just a little bit. Let's see. Rotor displacement. Put that up a little more. Velocity's at max. That's spinning really good. Whoa. It is causing some issues. Right when we get to max speed, there's an issue that gets caused. Okay, this is a little bit faster. And I may have a method to this. If not, I may have a madness that'll actually make this work. Let's see how we do here. There's our target. We are kind of rotating a little bit. Come on, detect it first. Oh, they jacked it up. They got the system off center and all jacked up. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. That didn't work at all. Well, it did kind of work until they messed it up. See, now it's going. We're getting hit way more than we were before. The question here is, what can we do? What can we do? Now, this is the problem I'm running into. There are 2 ways this can go down. Option A, I can do some kind of modified system. Like, we could do a real big radome dish. Let's try that. Let me see here. The Halo tabletop game that was called Warfleet. No, there's another one called Dropfleet that has its own groups. Grixion's sitting there talking about. There's one called Dropfleet. There's like a couple of space games that are out there now. Like, if you were to find Renegade Bundy here, like if you were to find a way, which there might be, then great and good on you. But as it currently stands, decoys that can be launched ahead of you, so we can get A Globemaster with a big radar system put on its nose. Actually, huh? Renegade Bundy has an idea. He just gave me an idea. What if instead of a system we can mount to a fighter, I retool this into like an AWACS system that can F up the telemetry of other units? It's like we could have a missile bomber EWACS system that, or ECW system that could F with the turrets. And all it's got to do is get its main radome dish to get caught. Let's try something here. We're going to try something. Instead of going right here, where we were going, which seems to have created problems, let's see. Because this is already getting big enough, I'm going to have to really compromise on the design to make it work. Let's just... We're about to come up with something cool here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's do 6 there. Now, I know this looks weird. Trust me, I know. But this might be the only way to make this concept actually work. We're going to see how this operates. Now, I know this is weird having this right there. But I want to see what it takes to jack up those turrets enough to where they can actually target the ship that we're working. Rotor 4. Velocity to max. G. And toggle it on and off. Okay. Because what we could do is like the F-35. The F-35's spine is basically an antenna farm. Which means when the spine of it goes in, if they want to mess with a missile, if the F-35 wants to screw with it to the point where it will jack up that missile, it just merely turns its spine to the enemy. Once it does that, it then knocks out a missile, knocks out radar, disables systems, blinds it, whatever it's got to do. Its entire spine is like a giant radome system. Let's see how this works. And we're in range. Oh, wait, that's right. Guns don't normally start shooting until about 600 meters. It's trying. So we just build a ship with a giant ass radome on it. And then load the entire bottom section of it with missiles. One thing I can tell you, let me think here a minute. Machine guns are always going to be a problem regardless. Let me try something here. We may still have something with this concept. Because I've noticed something when we come in. Morgan Trial, hello there, man. How you doing? I noticed something with this as we started fighting in. I'm not getting too much fire from the artillery guns. Well, let's disable these guys. Okay, the machine guns obviously are king. Okay, let's just put it right there. They're king. Throwing a couple of, well, not artillery turrets. Maybe artillery turrets. Yeah, let's throw in some artillery turrets. Couple artillery turrets, and let's go ahead and slap in a couple of assault cannon turrets. So what I'm going to do here, this is what I'm looking to do. How do I access you? All right, I need a block I can use to access all this crap. Do I have a button? No, we'll just grab a button. And I'll set this to target all systems. Where's the buttons? Oh, jeez, you can tell I'm getting tired. There we go. Ugh, all right, let's do this. Let's do something a little fancier. Let's do this. Yeah, no. Yeah, that'll work. Right there. We just need a computer terminal for the moment. Okay. They're not shooting at us. So hopefully that'll work. Let's see if we can't add. Artie doesn't target small things, but what about the assault cannon? Because I know Artie doesn't target small grids, but what does the assault cannon target? Because when I come in and attack some of the Factorum ships, if they've got assault cannons on there, they will target you. So we're gonna see if maybe a small radome on here will F up the system enough that maybe they can't target. If that's the case, then this concept works really good. The big kicker here is going to be that one. There we go. We'll put that there. We'll start again with we'll do that. Let's go in here again. Rotor 5. Let's take this bad boy and just kick it into high gear. See if it survives any of this. Toggle that block on. Now, artillery may not target this, but I wonder if the assault cannons can target it. Because if that's the case, then the only thing a fighter group would have to worry about we should be getting some kind of flag. See, now they start shooting. They were having some trouble there. I moving too fast? Yeah, they're targeting that small block there. Okay. All right, let's get rid of him. Assault guns are easy to dodge. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. They are easy to dodge. Sending in like a drone missile is one thing. The problem is it's just better off to fire it from a main ship. So a decoy launch missile would be the best option. Would be a pretty good option. I still want to try and make this concept work somehow. See what it would take to make it work. Let's do this again. We'll shoot on out here a bit, and we're gonna put this high up top. And I'm gonna go for broke. Instead of this, like we shoot. Let's see. Do I have a welder here? No, I don't. I forgot it will do that. Let's try something else here. Nope, nope, nope. Did the wrong thing again. All right. The other Gladius back in here. And I'm going to add the rotor to the top this time. There's that. Now, let's see here. Let's go for broke here. 10 blocks out. Well, we're not going to do that just here. Let's 10 blocks out. Oh, no. Yeah, right there. Do this on 4 sides like a helicopter, and we're going to see if this will actually just do anything. That'll work. And then I may go over there and I'll yank those guns off, and we'll throw in some Gatling guns. See if we can't F with the gun turrets. I did have a welder. What the hell? I never saw it. Now this seems crazy, but it could work. It could work. There is a way to make that look good. Let's head back over here. We're going to replace those 1 cannons with Gatling cannons. Frost Phoenix, hello. How you doing? I just want to see if I can try and make this work. We're just going to replace all of this with Gatlins. Because this is the bigger threat to your spacecraft coming in. Because it's just a constant stream of fire. Well, I accidentally put the sci-fi terminal on their side. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just hammer away, buddies. Just hammer away. All right, we'll get over here. I'll turn this thing on and see if we can get some speed out of it. And we'll see what happens. I know it looks like a dadgum. What is that helicopter that Russia has? They call it the Alligator. Or, yeah, I think they call it the Alligator. All right. rotor 1. Let's put you on here. Toggle you on and off. Let's go to K. I believe you're the one I want. No, you are not. Huh. Oh, that doesn't have an effect. I don't know what will, because that's actually... Those are moving pretty darn fast. And a radome ship that we can send in there that can just dick with the system for a little bit and make it all just mess with everything. KA-50, there we go. Helicopter. Yes, it is. Looks like a KA-50 right now. Yes, gentlemen, we are using the KA-50 at the moment. Okay, what was it? Was it rotor 2 I'm supposed to put in here? Okay, and let's see, is that stop it? Yeah, there we go. All right, here we go, boys. One more time for science. Let's see if we can outsmart a group of Gatling guns on a flyby. How are they doing here? Yep, they're just wrecking us right now. I don't think they recognize the system at all. Yeah, we're having issues now. They just shredded it that time going through. Okay, it didn't work as well as I'd hoped it would. Let me think here. All right, let's back off for a second. We're going to drop a new craft in, and I'm going to try... Let me drop one in here. I think our problem was we probably hit a point where the system, while it was locking on, I'm going to say this is it. If this doesn't work, I'll say this is why we're not getting it done. It's possible. It's possible. Let's try something else while we're at it. Let's up the speed a bit more. Let's see if we can really jack with the system. See if we can make them things really target this sucker. Let's see. 4 on each side. We're about to have these things spinning in there so fast that turret's not going to know what the hell it's looking at. Let me try something else too. We're just gonna... Let's set them there like that. Oh, this is going to be insane. Rotor group. And then let's take rotor 1. And then let's take rotor 2. And here we go. That's insane. Okay, that's a wild amount of speed. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Let's find out. What is rotor group anyway? Ah, there we go. All right, last time nothing was spinning this fast. Let's see how it works this time around. Maybe we can get some speed going. Maybe it'll work. This will be the first thing it detects because I've got it far enough out. It'll be the first thing it detects. It's flying kind of sideways as we come in here. See if we can maximize this thing's ability to F up everything. Oh, it's having a very tough time now. Oh, hey, we had a pretty tough time doing that. That was a pretty tough time. Oh, looky there. Looky there. Huh. This will be wild to keep that going. What did I do, 4 that time? Stop assaulting my ship, you idiots. Ah, there we go. That's wonderful. Alright, let's see how far we can get here. And I thought, yeah, I did have one of those. Okay, we're no longer clinging, which is good. All right, let's grab. We had a better chance with that last time. I'm wondering something. Okay, it worked then. It actually worked pretty good for there for a moment until it got a couple lucky shots in. Let's see, we did what, 4? Let's do. We also did that one thing where we put it on the end. Let's go ahead. Like I said, we're at the joking point right now. That's it, way on out there. Be interesting if I can make this actually work, but let's find out. All right, there we go. We're talking some increased speed. If this works, I really like it to. But wishes don't pay the bills. Put it like that. Yeah, it doesn't seem to affect it now. Like they're targeting the darn thing. It'd almost be worth it. I would almost say it'd be worth it to launch some type of rotary decoy system. Okay, so it doesn't appear that a radome system is going to have any real effect. Now, it may be good for larger ships, uh, because the assault cannons and the artillery cannons would have a very tough time targeting something like that. And we're just going to hop out of here and just let me just get rid of that before we get in some trouble. So yeah, I think a decoy missile is going to be the better option. I didn't want to think that, but yeah, here we are. Let me see. Let me read a few more comments here. Yeah, Rangy Bundy here is like, do the decoy spinny nose with the pistons. The thing was, I was going to try and do like a decoy radome, so it looked like a AWACS system, but that's just not doing what I needed to do. Also means you can build something that can look good around it so it's hidden when not in use. Then push a button, the pistons expand, pushing the decoys out away from the ship. Yeah, but it's gonna it's gonna make the thing look weird. It'll probably be easier just sending in some type of decoy. Let me think here. Hmm. That radome idea may be better off for larger ships because you could put a fairly large radome onto a ship and give it enough speed that it would f up the artillery guns trying to shoot it. Then you got something. You have a decoy system. The problem is artillery, like they said, artillery guns don't attack that. But you like the main killer of most ships. Artillery guns are pretty terrifying, but assault cannons are what's going to be doing the majority of the damage. And if your assault cannons can hit the target and their assault cannons don't know what the frick they're shooting at, you're kind of winning, in my opinion. Grexion K50, Renegade Bundy. Yeah, the tank of the sky is an armor reforger. The most annoying thing to fight is a tank in War Thunder. Yeah, the most annoying thing to fight as a tank in War Thunder. Oh, okay. I figured that'd be anything with fire and forget missiles. Wheel suspensions spin faster than rotors. Yeah, but I can't attach a decoy to that. Well, if you want, I can give you the current version of my gunship and you can turn that into a decoy missile printing machine. Small grid radome on a small LG ship, maybe. What I'm saying is having a radome like that you could make it look good and it would still be more than adequate to F up an assault cannon. So then your assault cannon units would just be all the assault cannon. That's one of the things about what is the ship? That's one of the things about the Factorum's battleship. At that point, if you could, it would help if you could launch that in there, because then you could really take out a couple of main guns and whatnot. And you could have something that the only problem is that then the artillery, it's all kind of really balanced out. And the problem I'm running into is trying to figure out how to F with a system that doesn't want to be F'd with. The only thing I can figure is if you were to do something, what is that one game? EVE Online. There's a ship in EVE Online I've never played, but I know there's like a mothership or something in there that looks like a big jellyfish. You can build like a jellyfish ship that then that the front of it rotates so that you put it right in front of the enemy, and then it's just sitting there rotating, messing with them the whole time. I'd almost say you could probably put a counter rotation system on the front of the dome and slap a camera there, and the counter rotation, it'd probably counter rotate enough that it you could have the camera right there as you're flying in. So it'd be really hard to detect, and it'd be real hard for the system to hit it. But yeah, this is one of those little concepts I was wanting to work on, or one of them that I was wanting to work on. Also wanted to see if I could modify. Oh yeah. Hmm. I need to get rid of both these missiles for a moment. We're gonna try something. Oh, they're not going anywhere. Oh, did I not disconnect those? No, they're disconnected, I think. Let's delete one. There we go. Because one of the concepts I was also wanting to work on here was an improvement to the gimbal guns. I think if I limit them a bit, because before I was putting gimbal guns on things and they were just all right, there we go. Small advanced rotor. Number 4. Hinge. Plop that right there. And I'm going to take that out so I can actually fly around and use it. We'll throw a decoy out there. Small grid rate. Oh, on a large grid ship. Yeah, something like a Corvette or something. Or you could slap a few of them onto a battleship so it's just all around it. So it's just jacking with everything as it's trying to shoot. I'm trying to make the Thunder fight from Buck Rogers in the 25th century, a 70s, 80s sci-fi show. Oh, that's some really old school deals right there. Okay. Now let's see. Where is the guns? Okay. Let's go ahead here. We'll add us a couple of. We'll add us a semi gimbals on here, and then I will. Actually, we don't need to do that. We'll work with that one over there. So number 8, and I'll just grind this off here. All right, and I don't need any of these guns, so I need these guns to be offline. All right, then. first things first. Let's do some limitations to the gun here. All right. Ah, there we are. Okay, that works. Reverse. I'm going to bring the lower limit down. Bring that to 0. Let's see what that does real quick. That should stop it. Okay, stops right there. So we can still shoot at things. Let's find the rotor here. Oh wait, this is an advanced rotor. Ah. Now, velocity, we'll do that. Let's see. Not stopping. Okay. Let's let it go here. I'm just watching it to see what it does. Okay. All right, there we go. Now I just need to reverse this. Lower limit's a 38. There. That should give me it's pretty far. Let's I don't want to do that much craziness. Let's limit it up to like come on. Do that? No, apparently not. I'll put that 13. Okay. All right. Now, let's go ahead and grab us a turret control block. And I did the wrong thing. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's do this. Okay, so let's see about one hinge. Let me see. Where's the warfare gallon? Okay. So I don't know which one it is. I should be able to. Okay, it's this hinge. My spelling sucks. It'll be fine. All right. Why do I have 3 custom turret controllers on this darn thing? Did I already have one? Okay, we're gonna go here. So the advanced rotor. Hinge gimbal. I don't want the Gatling gun to shoot until I want it to shoot. So let's go ahead and grab the camera here. Slap that on. And then there we go. Now all I gotta do is just gotta put me a nice little target out here in the middle of nowhere. And then we'll see how well I can shoot at something with this darn thing. Let's not give ourselves too big a target. There we go. Good, I can see that. That's not an issue. Okay. Ow. Come on. Turret. And for some reason, we're not target locking. Why are we not target locking? There we go. All right, we're going to see what happens when we come in here and do a dive by. Oh, that's why I have two turret controllers. Because I have the mirror tool on. Well, it's not hitting. It's not neutral. Well, it started working there. Um, be great for a high-speed interceptor. So, I mean, one concept idea is working pretty good, adding the concept of a gimbal gun system. Just how am I going to make it work even better than before? I have to strap something like this to a probably a saber. We could probably lose two guns off the saber just so we can run a bit more. That would work out. You need need to limit gimbal guns. If you don't, they clash with the rest of the ship. Yeah, true. Let's see. Gil Garrett, the Buck Rogers actor, died this week. Oh, really? Dude had an dude had a jaw like an anvil. Also, I think the Renegade Bundy. Also, I think the original idea I gave you for gimbal guns was a single axis gimbal gun, as it could be tucked into the main body of the ship. Yeah, you could tuck this into the main body of the ship too. It's just gonna have a couple of options. It's gonna have basically turrets on the sides of your ship. I think we're gonna redesign the Saber so it has kind of its own unique look. Buck Rogers Starfighter. Oh yeah, dog's got a thing going. I remember Gilgard. I remember that. I think Timothy Dalton was in that movie too. It's been a long time. I saw that thing back when I was 6. I don't even remember everything on it. I know they fought on a platform with some spikes and were whipping each other. And I know there's what was it? Ming the Terrible was the guy's name. Was the main bad guy's name? So yeah, this thing is working. The gimbal is working really good. I think the best option I can do with this is strap it onto like a really light interceptor, and then we could use that to go in and just strafe the hell out of a target. But I am wondering if I can't just put in a slightly heavier fighter. Like I said here, we've got all this stuff going. Let's F around with one more deal I'd like to see. Whoops. Where did I go? Oh, I went too far. Strap program block on here. And let's go ahead and use the hardpoint system on this. Have myself a couple of nice autocannons. It's one of the things I'd like to do with the Gladius at some point. Add more stuff. Let's salvo script this thing. Where's the salvo? There we go. All right. Where's my autocannon? Salvo group. Okay, no, that's not what I want. There's 2 automation programmable blocks. Let's look down here. I bet you mine's just a regular programmable block. That's what it is. Yeah, there we go. That's way too high a fire rate. Let's kick that down to, it's always the best thing to do. 1200. Okay. Let's drop this down to about 600. See what that does. Yeah, we're still kicking way too high on just 2. Let's go down to 300 because I'm looking at I'm wondering what I can do with like gunship cannons and stuff. I don't know what it is, but when you do let's knock it down to like 100, see what it does, or 200. May not make that much of a difference, but See, this is the thing that I really don't like about the autocannon. There is some kind of problem that when you start getting multi-fire happening, it Fs with its sound. Otherwise, it may be on my end. See, what I'm thinking of is a gunship concept. I'm trying to figure out here about where the gunship. Let's double this up to about 400. See what that does. Let's see if I can recompile that and run it again. Let me see here. Let's do about 350. I may have jacked that up, but let's see. I'm thinking about 350 is going to be 300 is going to be about the best you can do on this. At least with two guns. All right, here we go. Let's try again. That's just with two guns. So yeah, you have a gunship with two main gun pods, and then one gimbaled or semi-gimbaled rocket pod. So when you come in, you just strafe an area with rockets, and then set up a main gun turret in like the nose. Yeah, with Forum you can get up to like 600. I think you can get maybe even higher than that. I'm not sure. Let me see. I know I can go higher than that. Better yet, let's just say fuck it. How about it, folks? Let's just say screw it. Let's add as many goddamn guns as we can on here. On the and at the 11th hour, Badger said fuck it. Oh, that's remote control. Where is my programmable block? Custom data. What the hell? Why do I have a railgun? Okay, I think this is going to cause a bit of. Got two scripts here going for some reason. We're just going to delete that one. I'm going to go up here. We're going to set this back to 1,200. See what that does. Takes a minute. Can we go higher? I'm going to say we can. What do you think, chat? Double? Shall we? Should we do it incrementally or just double the darn thing? Let me see here. It's kind of like how my gunship, it has two front-mounted dual autocannon turrets, which work like gimbal guns. You get the option to use them like gimbal guns or have them automated while you spray them with assault cannon or 7 Gatlins. Yeah, pretty much. Let's double or nothing, everybody. Let's double this up. 2,400 rounds a minute. Recompile that bad boy and run. One index. It says here the max rate of fire is going to be 1,800. Lord have mercy. That is truly terrifying. It says max fire rate's like 1,800. I think it can go higher. I think we can go way higher than that. Okay, I may break the game. It could happen. Let's double that one more time, shall we? Let's do 4,800 rounds per minute. Oh, there's no sound. Oh, geez. Ooh, I wonder how fast this thing could actually go. I just need something that's all gun. One more. One more till we break it. How do I break it? We can break it. Let's see. What is double of this? Let's see. 9,600 rounds per minute. We're pushing 10,000 here. Oh, that sounds way more terrifying. Far off as that thing just barreling in, blasting you. Now it sounds like a freaking pulse rifle. We're going up higher. We're going higher. We haven't found the ceiling to this yet. We have 16 weapons, I think is what it says. Let's see here. I know this is going to be a 2. 18. Yeah, so 9 plus 9 will be 18 plus 1 is 1,900 or 19,200. It's going to take a minute. I don't know if we just reached the maximum amount of firepower or what. But I should be hitting a limit where it's going to start pulsing. We're still not there yet. We're still not there, folks. We haven't made it there yet. Okay, we've got to double this up. 4. 8. 30,000. 38,400 rounds per minute. I don't know. We may just max this thing out like... Let's double it again. We've got to hit a ceiling here at some point. 8. 6. And 7. Come on. I think we kind of hit a ceiling here where it's just going to be constant fire. Because the retarded gun rate we're dealing with right now, I don't know. Let me try this. Let's just go for broke. I'm gonna say F it. $100,000 rounds per minute. Yeah, I think we just hit the max ceiling at like 3,600. Let me add a few more guns to this thing, and we'll see. We'll just create a crap ton of guns. There we go. See how that works. Okay. Let's see. Now we also got to go back in there and remove extra programming here. Oh, no, we don't. Number of weapons, 64. Okay, we might. How's this going to go down? Come on. Yeah, it's going to max out at 3,600 rounds per minute. Okay, so let's what does it take? Since it's not going to go any further than that, let's just do, I believe that's what our, yeah, 3,600 rounds per minute. Let's test that again. What is the minimum number of guns we can get? Come on. Okay. Let's see how many guns I can get rid of. Let's just remove this first row. Actually, no, I think we could probably remove a lot more than that. Let's darn near constant. I don't think this many guns will be necessary. See, there we go. Okay. How many guns are we pulling now? Number of weapons 24. It should tell me 16 weapons. We're still at 3,600. So to max out the autocannon to its max fire rate, well, let's see what happens here. We're still kicking. All right. Looks like we're removing a few more guns here. Right, we'll remove that gun. Let's see if this has affected fire rate any at all. We're down to 15. We still haven't had an effective knockdown yet. Let's drop one more. And we got 12 right now. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's working. 12 guns. I don't see how I can make that work. That should give us like 10. Oh, there it is. There's a limitation. Now we're pulsing. So about 12 guns can hit maximum speed constantly. Let me see. Is that really just 12? That doesn't look like 12. It was like 10. Oh, that's 10. So we need 12 guns. There's no way you could mount 12 guns into a small little area and just blast away with it. The max fire rate for 16 autocannons is 2,400. Not really. It's somewhere around 3,600. Hit the ceiling a while ago. Yeah, I probably did. But the script says I can obtain a fire rate of 3,600. So that may be actually correct. That's probably the correct. This is what curiosity and human ingenuity can accomplish. Oh yeah. What would be really fun is to see if we couldn't somehow build a A10 Warthog. 2,400 should look the same as right now with 16 guns. Yeah, it probably would. So max guns for fire rate is 24 guns. I don't think so. Just did the math on it based on the autocannon's fire rate and the script's mass fire rate. Oh, okay. So You would need 24 guns to make it actually work. That's kind of wild. That makes things a little more difficult. But one thing is, you could eventually build some type of like doing the autocannon thing, or we build just like a giant super autocannon ship and just start going to town with it. Light. I need to do that. I need to either do a light destroyer that we can use, or build something interesting later. I'll have to do some work on that. So a couple things did work out tonight. We can't get. I have yet to figure out how to get the jamming system going. I think we can build. I think it has the potential as a jamming system for autocannons, and that's probably about it. It's going to be good at jamming autocannons, the radome concept, and they'd be small enough in small grid form that you could put them around your ship, and then if you wanted to really mess with it, you could add an extra layer of other things. So it would actually, for one thing, the assault cannons wouldn't be concentrating on your decoy blocks. You could put there would be a limitation on artillery cannons, and those are usually pretty limited. But that would give you the ability to just kind of bring a ship in and fight it. We need to do a one-on-one match with two of the same ships and load up that system to see if we can't jack with the other person's system a little bit and just mess them up and see if it doesn't get it to a high speed little disc spinning at extremely high speed. Probably put about one large grid rotor at the bottom and then put maybe three small grid rotors, maybe four. Actually, no, just fill that whole area there with small grid rotors and then just put the radome on top of it and just kick that sucker up to 11 and just watch it spin. And when it comes in, it will jack all of the assault cannon turrets up badly enough that the other ship will be limited to its Gatling turrets and its artillery guns. So I was just sitting there just trying to figure out what the heck's going on. The autocannon base fire rate is 150. So 150 times 24 equals 3,500. That's terrifying. There was one destroyer class ship in the workshop that had a rotating assault cannon minigun on the underside of it. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I think you'd be better off with a series of pulse fire assault cannon turrets because you can build them small enough and with enough uh, firepower and with enough guns, and they would still be kind of small, and you can make them look really interesting. That's the thing. If you're going to build a turret, it's got to look really interesting. So I don't know. For the faction, I may do something similar to Homeworld for the destroyer. We'll have the ability to like fly it down to planets, but it'll kind of move in, have some heavy armor inside of it, and it'll be able to move into position with a couple of really big heavy turrets and just strafe the absolute hell out of something when it gets close to it. Maybe add a couple of rocket pods or rocket launcher turrets to the sides of it and give it just some baseline PDC cannons for defense. That'll be good. Also, this Saturday, for anyone, for those guys that are on here, this is just for the guys. If you guys are on here and you're watching, this Saturday we're going to be doing it 10 Central again. And the last session, I got a lot of good stuff out of. I think this next session, since we got the drones going, I'm going to probably tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to yank our the ion drone and I'm going to start probably get a printable version of that up and going, and then we'll just print them. We'll print off several of them, get the economy going, send it out. For those of y'all that don't know what I'm talking about a Pirate's Life. Me and the guys get together and we're as we're running, I'm recording. We're trying to see if we can get some extra, we can get some better viewing. I don't know how that's going to work, but I may do something else at some point with it, an offshoot, maybe a spin-off series from A Pirate's Life, which will just be all the guys. It'll be a more scripted thing. I've got a plan for that, and like I said, I've got other I got other things I'm working on as well. So that's what'll work. Hopefully, Eli doesn't crash any more ships. Yeah, mine or yours. Dog, you've got the 49er. Yeah, it works great going out there and getting stuff. I really, what I'd like to do, I almost want to see what it would do, what it would take to make a, and this is the problem I have. I don't know what it would take to build. We'll figure that out later. We'll figure that out later. I know I'm going to set up a drone on Eli's new miner. He got that, and I've got that in one of the videos. I had some really, like, probably some of the best stuff we had recorded was in that last session we did. And I think it was because everyone's just running around doing their own thing for a moment, but we were in close enough proximity that I could get videotape of it. That was the cool part of it. So we've got our big ship ready to go. Just don't crash it into the base, please. I don't want to repair it. That's the other thing. We need to get a welding ship up for Bundy. We need to get a welding ship up for Bundy, and he needs a, for the welding ship, it may not be a bad idea to put some type of, I'll figure something out, Bundy. I'll figure something that we can have I'll figure something out. I don't know what we're going to get, but I'll figure something out. I'll have to figure some way that we can run that going. Especially not the production. Was my recording helpful at all? I can't get your recording anywhere. I don't know where it's at. Uh, we'll go in and let me see if I can get it this week. We'll use that recording as the experiment to see if I can get it into the system and I can mess with it. And if we can do that reliably this week, just go in there and in the Discord and tell me where it's at, and I'll see if I can get it. If I can get it, we can have a second. I can try to splice that in there into the next set of videos, but like I got 5 of them right now already. So I think once we get this done, we might do the one deal, but I'll take time with we'll take some time at it. We'll do some other stuff with the other things. I'm writing up some really fun skits and scripted stuff, just some really short, fun videos of a group of space pirates. I'm gonna try and have a musical intro too, because AI will do music, and I did one a while back, and it ended up being a really good song, at least in my opinion. And so I don't know. I got to think about it later. And my kid was going, Dad, you get done, you use the AI to make the video as a to make the not the video to make the what is the word, the music. She said you can put the music on Spotify and maybe make money off of it. And I was like, it's actually not bad. I just come up with my own like battle music for the show, uh, nonchalant music, all that weird stuff. Might be doing pretty good. I have ideas for a welding skiff. Really, it had a link, so the recording is on Google Drive 1. So it had to be downloaded to that, then have the link sent to you so you could click on the link and download it from there. Okay. So I apparently just couldn't find the link because I kept looking. I checked my email and everything else. You said you was going to send the email. That's why I said I couldn't get it because I never got an email link in my email. So I was looking in the wrong place. I'll have to check. If it's on Discord, that's where I'll check it at. But yeah, that's where I'm probably sitting at because we're about to get season 1 in, and then I don't know because I'll have 1 year's worth of videos every week for the entire year, and the last one I put up was in June, I think. So, or at the end of maybe the end of May. I'm not sure. But with the video, let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, I got to 20, episode 23 on that. And that's 6 episodes. That's 2 more months. So that will probably knock out Gay Month and America's Birthday Month. And it's just August, September, October, November, December. I just need 5 more months worth of content, and then that'll be done before we're even in February right now. So I mean, we got most of that recording done, that season done. I am actually liking doing the long form or the mid form content, and I'm getting a workflow going with it where it's working really good. So I'll have to do a recording showing off the kind of workflow because it's not real difficult what I'm doing. I've actually figured out how to do this and keep a pretty good quality. Like the scripted stuff will take way more time than anything else. So I don't know. And also, I think I'm gonna may come up with some other things that we can do in the game as we're playing that because this first season is just going to be us kind of getting together, figuring out what we're going to do, and then we're going to need a bad guy to fight at some point. We can't be sitting there just fighting the NPCs all the time. We got to come up with an enemy. We need like enemies for seasons so we can go out and like go f something up, land on a planet, go do something, be out in the space, go do something, weird things like that. It was in the core of the email. It wasn't on Discord. I DM'd you a snippet showing it was sent. I might be able to just DM you the link. That might be best. That might be best because, like I said, I'm doing the best I can over here, guys. I'll be the bad guy, Evil Grin. I'm talking about we'll have a scripted enemy that'll have probably just we'll have to deal with like waves of enemies to an extent. I'll have to figure out some enemies that we can build and deal with and fight. Something not absolutely crazy, but something that like unkillable because we don't want that nonsense. I want something entertaining but fun. But challenging. So we may come up with something like that. Something we can use the Gladius on, the our interceptors and whatever fighters we want to bring into the fight. Because I mean, the only person who's doing anything really impressive like that would be Captain Jack, and I'm at the point where confidence wise, I kind of want to try a different. I'm at a point where I'm like, I want another challenge in YouTube. And so that would be the next thing would be trying to come up with a machinima or something and going from there and maybe doing some kind of machinima thing. So that would be the next best thing I could come up with at the moment. But yeah, I think I'm gonna hop off because it's like 12:44. I'm having a fun time getting up tomorrow. By the way, did this tonight because Tuesday I was like really tired. But yeah, if you guys are wanting to, if you guys are wanting to support the channel, easiest way to do that just watch the videos, like and comment every time you watch. That's the easiest thing y'all can do. YouTube counts that as a view. Otherwise, there's this thing they got going on where they're like they don't count views if you just watch the video. So if you do that, YouTube will say, "Oh, hey, this is actually popular content. We're gonna have to send more people to Badger, and then they will send this video out, and it will go to more people." So that's one thing. You can also subscribe and you'll get to see everything coming out. And also, there's a channel membership. It's like 99 cents a month. You guys hop in that, and like I said, I've got the video, the entire "It's a Pirate's Life" run all the way up to I want to say March. Let me check here real quick. Let me check here real quick because I can tell you right now how far we are. Let me see if I could just find my playlists here. So 17 videos. 17 videos. Let me see here. When is this supposed to be coming out? I like 17 videos right now is what I've got. Let me run this up here. So scheduled. Yeah, April. Okay, so I've got stuff all the way up to April 8th. Yeah. So it's like April 8th. There's like 17 episodes so far of It's a Pirate's Life. And we're not even all the way through this. Like the next one is going to be episode 6 is coming up. That'll be next week. But yeah, there's like 17. There's fixing to be way more on the channel than there is now. There will be way more on there than what's on at the moment. So there's going to be like I want to say 6 more episodes I'm going to try and have up before Friday. So 99 cents, you get access to that stuff that's just like stocked up, and we're going to run that till there's like an entire year's worth of a season. So yeah, that is almost going to be 36 episodes of just bingeable content for the first season. We're going to have that done probably within either this month or the next. And then there'll also be another series that I'm going to bring up that'll just go through like that. Renegade Bundy. Also, my voice audio in my recording was egregiously loud, so be warned, and kind of full of echo. I can actually in the editing software I can actually put your system in a separate category, and then I can adjust the volume in your category to match the volume in mine. So it'll all be good when I get it in there. I'll just have to do some volume adjustments to keep it all there. Dog Soldier bi-weekly release then maybe. Well, um, Cleared Hot is about done running through, but I'm fixing it. I think they're going to release some more content here soon because they just released the Comanche for that game. So now there is another helicopter in there called the Comanche, and they're going to be doing a Jungle Strike version of Cleared Hot. So I'm just waiting for that to come out. I may also one day out of the week I may try to finish up at least Lost Planet. I've got Lost Planet. We've gotten most of the most of them done on that. I need to hit that at some point in time and finish it up. Um, then I got to find some games and stuff like some simple games that I can put up there for the Monday release. And like I said, 2 live streams a week, maybe more if I get the chance, and then having that going on. And also, I've got another video I did that's going to be kind of interesting. It's a little different video. It's Helldivers, but it's a little different video. I get an opinion from someone who's never played it before on how to do it, and it'll be fun. But doing that, maybe doing some Helldivers content. I may do Thursday because I don't know what I'm gonna. I haven't come up with anything to build, so I'm like just kind of sitting around thinking about. It. We may eventually take the Architens build that I'm doing and move it over because I'm wanting to build an Architens um like base ship out of an Architens, and I'm wanting to do it with the new systems that we got. so we can have small food garden. It'll be able to bring out, run its own systems on solar and do a whole bunch of other stuff that we need it to do. And I've been working on part of that already. Y'all didn't see me work on part of it. Now I can do some other stuff while I'm at it. But yeah, I need to come up with some other things. I don't know. I may put the bubble fighter back in. See how that would work. Dog soldier, that's what she said. Yeah. I'm kind of excited for the decoy mine. Oh yeah. My my minefields will become useful. Yeah, I'm really looking at the C4 pack. That's something I'm liking that. And my thing about the C4 pack is I'm wondering if it is a drop one C4 and detonate it, or if it's going to be a drop multiple C4 and light up a whole area real quick and then just reload it and go to the next area. Also, see a whole lot of people jihad jeeping that with the FRT. Just drive that right into the factory strider, and the whole front hood is just covered in freaking explosives. But yeah, that's going to be something there. Yeah, like I said, episode 17, we have 16, episode 16 to episode 17 is up there, and like 99 cents a month, y'all can just watch it. If you guys want to check it out, go take a look at it, see what's going on. I know I ramble a bit at the end of these videos, but hey, that's just what I do. But yeah, I got to get all this done while juggling a job and writing, and I've got another project I'm working on. I got too many irons in the fire. Holy crap! I gotta get some stuff figured out. But yeah, I've also got that one project I was talking about. I keep hinting at this thing. It is turning out to be it's been going. It's been going pretty easily. And my hope is that I can get it done and maybe let y'all try it out a little bit. I'll have to let y'all test it, or somebody will have to test it, or some people will have to test it at some point. C4 plus dynamite demolition helldiver. Yeah, we do need a demolition helldiver. They might add a flamethrower with a backpack fuel tank. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to have any, unless they like really improve the ergonomics for that. I don't see how that would work out. That because we've already got like three flamethrowers in the game. I see the appeal of a backpack flamethrower, but there's going to have to be a reason for it. Like you'd have to sit. I guess if they doubled the range of the flamethrower, it would make more sense because then you could just reach out and flame something. Um, that would make it a lot more viable because then one guy with a flamethrower back and with a bigger mag or a bigger tank, one guy could walk up there and just hose a whole area real quick and just put down a massive wall of fire and just let everything burn up in it. That'd be pretty cool, actually. Come to think of it. But yeah, I think a napalm grenade launcher. The other day, my kid was watching and I was doing a ninja build, and she watched me kill a whole bunch of bots. And then I told her, I said, you know, I have. She's like, oh, that's pretty ninja, Dad. And I said, yeah, I've also got fire scrolls. She goes, you have fire scrolls? Yeah. And I walked up to the top of a hill, called down the incendiary, the new incendiary rocket launcher, the EAT or Heat, and fired off, launched some fire jutsu, fire scroll jutsu onto the automatons, and they were not happy about it. My kid thought that was amazing. The hot dog is a backpack flamethrower from Dog Soldier. I know. Dog in there representing the dogs of hell divers. That's working out good. Yeah, so we'll have to figure some more stuff out. Like I said, I've got a lot of irons in the fire. I've got to get something finished and done. And it looks like we're gonna get once once this recording session gets done, I don't know. Me and we may all take just a small break inside. I may allow the creation system to go on for a little bit inside of it so we can just add a few things real quick, have a little bit of fun, do some heavily scripted stuff. And I want to get maybe 5 or 6 scripted episodes done that are just straight up machinimas that kind of introduce the universe and a bit of the lore and everything else of what's going on. So yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to head off here. Renegade Bundy, I know I am a chaos diver. Heck yeah, I'm actually fire safety officer, even though I've set myself on fire multiple times. But I am an expert on getting myself lighting yourself on fire. Anyway, folks, that's about all I can do. It is almost 1 o'clock where I am, and I'm gonna need some sleep. I'm gonna need some sleep for work tomorrow because I have to get up at 7, and my kid has to get to school by like 7:30, so she's not late for her first 8 o'clock class. So yeah, we'll just have to do all that nonsense. I think Thursday we'll do some credit running. Try to get. I think I'm at like 600, almost 700 credits. I need 300 more credits. I may just get Dog, Eli, and whoever else wants to join up with us, and we'll just run through there real quick and just snatch up some super credits. That's all we're doing. Or we'll get a bunch of dudes together that need some super credits for the next war bond. Because like I said, I'm about 300 short, so I'm gonna need more of those. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Grexion on here. Bye, Badger. Yep, I'll see you, man. And as always, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.